Right, so using a shopping basket cage and figure 4 to catch a squirrel, I'll show you what I've had to do. So pretty much a normal figure 4, but I've just had to slightly modify one part which is there, and that is I've had to cut a notch in it, and then the notch will fit into the cage like that to stand it upright. Now it's got slightly, the top part is slightly shorter than what I would normally do it. Where it's set up, I've kind of had to do it like that. But it should still work alright. And I've cut notches there, and that is to tie on a piece of bread with a bit of peanut butter on it. The cage itself is just a normal cage. The only thing I would say is if it's got big gaps in the corners, you may want to put wire or something across these, and depending on where you can put this as well, you may want to put or tie bricks or logs on top of it. But we're going to set this up mainly to try out the mechanism rather than the actual cage. So I'm not going to bother, and if the squirrel happens to get out, then it does. But like I said, wire these corners up more and tie some weight on top. Mind you, this is pretty heavy anyway. It's not, you know, not light as a feather. It's got some weight to it. So that's essentially that. What I'll do in a minute is I'll set out the trail cam as well afterwards. So then the other thing you've really got to do is get some thread, quite a bit, and then tie your bait on. In my opinion, it's vital to tie the bait on. So you could smear a bit of peanut butter there, turn it over so you got some on each side, and then I'll just wrap this round like that. Try and get it either on dead on top or underneath, because what happens if it's got a lot of weight, it starts twisting this bar sidewards and starts pulling it off. So you may need to experiment. But essentially that is it. And then your squirrel or whatever animal you're catching has to pull on this to get it off, rather than just come along and just pull it off and not set the trap off. So this actually might be better if this was on the bottom like that. May not pull it so much, but like I said, it's experimenting, trying it, see what happens. So that's essentially it. We'll set it up, we'll see what happens. Right, so you see how that worked. It worked pretty good. The only thing I would say is it might be better to have a slightly longer bait stick to get it further into the trap, because what basically happened was the squirrel come along, started pulling on the bait, the cage come down, made him jump forward, and then that caught him then. So whether that was a fluke or not, I don't know, but had the bait stick been further in, he would have been further in when it went off. So figure 4s definitely work alright, and the cage works alright, but it would be better bricks on top or logs, and corners, any corners all wired up. Right, anyway, cheers for watching, I'll see you later.